Good morning and happy Monday, and welcome to another edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew. I got John Roser on Skype, and we're getting all set and ready to talk about the fun weekend that it was in sports and entertainment. But let's start with the Memphis Grizzlies right here. It was a back-to-back night at FedEx Forum. So Friday, they had the Sacramento Kings, and then Saturday, it was the Los Angeles Lakers, and they defeated the Lakers, held the Lakers to just 88 points. And then last night, the Lakers lost to the Pelicans. So everyone's talking about that 8 seed spot. I mean, with Grizzlies beating the Lakers, Pelicans losing to the Lakers, Roser, is it set in stone the Grizzlies are definitely going to get that 8 seed?
I mean, I don't think it's by any means is it set in stone. I mean, if you look at the standings right now, the Grizzlies are 3 games up on the Pelicans, the Kings, who are making a big charge. The Sacramento Kings are, and the San Antonio Spurs, and Portland is 3.5 back. And then obviously Phoenix, Minnesota, Golden State. You really don't expect them to make any kind of move at all. But you're only 3 games up, and there's still a lot of basketball left to be played. But certainly the Grizzlies beating the Lakers Saturday night, and then the Pelicans losing to the Lakers on Sunday was big for the Grizzlies. The reason it's not obviously not set in stone yet, the Grizzlies still have to play the Pelicans 2 more times.
Right.
And it's a back-to-back kind of situation. I think they play them on a Saturday and then play them again on a Tuesday or something like that. So that's one where if the Grizzlies still have a 3-game lead, they've gotten run by the Pelicans both times they played them. If they lose if they lose both of those games, well then, and they had a 3-game lead going into it, well now it's just a 1-game lead. So clearly it's not set in stone yet, but obviously being able to maintain a 3-game cushion after what the Grizzlies experienced coming right out of the break was huge for them.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I know there's still a lot of basketball to be played, but it was a weekend where it felt as if, like, are we kind of predicting the future? Because especially when you have the Pelicans lost to Los Angeles and LeBron had a triple-double. When you look at how we played against them, holding them to just 88 points, it was a great little boost that the Grizzlies needed. And it did feel as if, like, hey, is this what it could look like when it comes to that first round of the playoffs, which would be very interesting. And I think no one predicted the Grizzlies to win like they did on Saturday night. It did get me hyped. It did get me excited. I probably was kind of just like jumping the gun on it. But hey, I was thinking like, hey, this is it. This is our year. We're making the playoffs. This 8 seed is ours. I could be totally wrong. But walking out of FedEx Forum on Saturday night, I think every Grizzlies fan felt a sense of like, we got this. We definitely got this.
No, that win of the Lakers was huge because of how they struggled coming out of the break. And like I was at the Hustle game, and before I came back home, I stopped at a Walgreens to pick up a few things, and word had already gotten out that the Grizzlies had mangled the Lakers, had beaten them by almost 20 points because multiple people in line were talking about it. Like, y'all see the Grizzlies killed the Lakers tonight? And everybody was like, wait, what? So yeah, like it was being talked about. It was a big win for sure.
Even at Walgreens, people are talking about it in the line. I wonder what you were getting that late. I'm not even going to go there. I won't even ask you that question right
now. Milk, a couple protein bars. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
That's your stop is Walgreens and milk. I'm gonna have to talk to you about some other grocery stores you should get your milk from. But let's move on to some more news about LeBron. On Sunday, the media asked LeBron, because some people were talking about, after the Grizzlies game, we saw LeBron and Ja switch jerseys, and LeBron praised Ja Morant. And then on Sunday, LeBron did the same thing and praised Zion Williamson. And some haters are saying that LeBron is too nice to his opponents. And LeBron basically told them, whoever's saying that can kiss my ass. So what are your thoughts on LeBron saying that, like, hey, like, this is just me reaching out and doing what's great for the game, basketball?
I mean, look, yeah, like LeBron has said multiple times that he feels like it is his responsibility as being, kind of the face of the NBA, that it is his responsibility to kind of take some of these younger guys under his wing and offer them advice. It's not like he forces his advice on them. Like he told Ja after the game, this was after the Lakers game last week, the one that was in LA, and he said, anything you need, on the floor, off the floor, you can reach out to me. So he's not trying to force his views on basketball or anything on these younger players. He's just letting them know if you're going through a tough time, if there's anything you need, tough time on the court, tough time off the court, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you if you want to talk. Didn't tell them they absolutely have to call him, but it is good to know that, that these younger players do have an older veteran player who is, obviously one of the greatest players of all time that they can look up to. The other thing too is like LeBron is dead right when he's like the league is in good hands. I mean, I don't know how many times how many times I see at the end of games this year where it has been, and Luka Doncic just turned 21 years old over the weekend. He turned it on February 28th. So a happy belated birthday to Luka Doncic, who the Grizzlies will play later this week.
Mm-hmm.
But how many times I've seen after, whether it's the Mavericks get done playing or the Pelicans get done playing or the Grizzlies get done playing, that I see some statistic that gets tweeted and said, Ja Morant is the first, player before the age of 21 to do this.
Right.
And then last it's Zion Williamson is the first player before the age of 20 to do this. And Luka Doncic before this past weekend, before he was 21, is the first player before the age of 21 to ever do this in NBA history. So, and then Trae Young also is another player LeBron mentioned. So the league is in great hands, and kudos to LeBron if he wants to help out some of these younger guys.
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't understand why people, I think people are so used to the old school way of basketball, which, like back in the day where, opponents weren't as nice to each other. But now we have Twitter, we have so many different means to talk to athletes. And I think it's a great thing to see, especially when you talked about the guys. But just think, Ja had 27 points, 14 assists. Zion Williamson this weekend had 35 points, 7 rebounds. Jason Tatum had 32 points, 13 rebounds. When you see these young group of guys, play like they're playing. And, LeBron at the age that he is, at the age that he is, and he's always talked about saying, what, I want to leave basketball and better than when I came in. And I think that's what's the biggest thing is that when I walk out, off that court for the very last time, I know that basketball is in some good hands. And I just, listed out the stats right there. And then what these players are doing even off the court for the community, it's a beautiful thing. And for anyone who thinks that it's like not being a good opponent or not being competitive, we see LeBron is competitive on the court.
Yes.
Off the court, that's what really matters. On the court, he's not sitting there like, hey guys, like, I'm not going to go as hard on you, out there. But LeBron is still playing amazing basketball. He had a triple-double last night. So haters can hate.
Yeah, no, he was unbelievable. Our last topic, they have picked the new contestant for the 2020 season of The Bachelorette. I have never watched a single episode of The Bachelor. I have never watched a single episode of The Bachelorette. So, Meghan, the floor is yours.
Yes. Okay, so on Good Morning America today, it was announced that Clare Crawley, who is 38 years old, is the new Bachelorette. And why this is big news is because, one, it's the oldest Bachelorette that we've ever had. And also, she does not come from the season that's airing right now, which usually the Bachelorette will come from the season that the Bachelor is airing. But Bachelor has seen some kind of bad reviews come out because a lot of these girls are so young and it's so hard to relate to them. The two contestants that are probably the top two contestants are 23 years old. The last Bachelorette was Hannah Brown, even though she was so successful, but she was 24 years old. It's hard to relate to women when they're talking about, I just want to fall in love. Like, I'm ready for meet my person. Like, I'm just so alone. And it's like, you haven't even lived life. You just graduated. So they took a girl who came from seasons. I think this season was when I was like in high school, Juan Pablo's season. She's been on Bachelor in Paradise. She's tried to find love several times on TV and it has not worked for her. So you haven't seen her in a long time. It will be interesting to see if people will watch in the sense of like, we don't really know much about her from like the years past, but she is older. I can relate to her a little bit more. She's lived life. She's gotten her heart broken. And Claire is the new Bachelorette. I mean, Rosa, you can try out for this. I should nominate you. Oh my gosh, my mind is going.
No.
Yes.
I'm not going on national.
What is your stance on going on The Bachelorette? Are you ready for love? Do you want to get married?
I am not a fan of going on national television and doing anything involving your personal life. I mean, like just no.
I might nominate you. I really pretty much might nominate you right now. That's my stance.
She is she's hot. She's smoking hot. There's no doubt about that. But like, yeah, I tend to think these shows are all fake. So whatever. I don't believe any of these women probably on these shows. Like, and look, I haven't watched the show, but I'm pretty much already set in my mind before having watched it. But
yeah,
I probably think half of the cast is fake.
Oh, no, you know what? I can agree with that. Because most of these girls are like Instagram models already. They already like doing this. However, Rosa, can we get you to watch this season? She's 38 years old. She wants love. Maybe I'll get you to be honest. You don't have to watch. Just think about it.
Go ahead, nominate.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a week to think about it because next Monday I'll ask you again. Until then, Roser might be on the Bachelorette. NBA is in a great spot for NBA basketball with these young guys. And you just finish our 3-point stands presented by Mountain Dew. See you next week.